Hello, everyone, and welcome to the beginning of the last days. I'm Laura-Lynn Thompson, and I am thrilled to be here with you. I like to start out the day by reading from my dad's Bible that he underlined from stem to stern. He spent his life reading this Bible. I saw him many, many times doing that. I didn't understand that it was so significant because I can't say that before he died that I looked through his Bible to find out, let me just give you an example. This is a man that I admire so much. Like, that's one page, okay? It's kind of upside down, but that, if you can see, there's underlinings in red, in blue. Like, the guy loved this word. And so it makes me feel closer to him. We lost him about a year and a half ago. He's in heaven. I'm not worried about him. He's looking down and hopefully smiling on what I do. He hasn't always smiled, if you know what I mean. I was a very tough teenager, but you can only imagine. So today in red, he underlined Ephesians 1, verse 18, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that ye may know what is the hope of his calling and what the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints, and what is the exceeding greatness of his power to usward who believe according to the working of his mighty power. You know what? I don't have much hope in our government. I don't have much hope in the power of our medical authorities right now, but I do have a great hope in the power of the living God to get us through this. And there are some very courageous people. And before we get to our guest today, so Dr. Eric Nepute, we have been watching him for years, and this guy is a rock star, and he is being sued 6 ways from Sunday on the very simple information that he puts out. He's going to share a little bit about what he's going through. He is from the States. I know you know him because we used to show his clips nonstop. He came out about lots of great stuff that he's doing, but I just appreciate him. So we're going to go to that in a minute. But first, I want to talk about something really amazing. And I know that Pierre Poilievre's going to be dealing with this because you know how Pierre Poilievre, he likes to just, what are you going to do about this government? Yes or no, right? We like that. So here, Trudeau government is going to fund 75K of trans surgeries for each federal employee. So, sorry, let's understand this. Our tax dollars, Trudeau, it's not only that anyone who wants to be trans in Canada gets a free operation, right? Like, I identify as a much more attractive woman with a much more voluptuous figure. And I would like an operation so that my identity comes in line with how I look. I also feel that my nose is too big. I identify as a much more beautiful person, and I would like that taken care of. So anyways, Trudeau, it's not only that we get to have any transgender surgery that we want. It's not only that, but Trudeau is going to now give an abundance, 75,000 extra to anyone who needs a trans surgery and is a federal employee. So this is going to cover making sure they got like boobs, and they're going to get everything they need. Oh, voice, a better voice. If you want a deeper voice or a higher voice, I guess they can alter all of that. Now, here's the thing, everybody. Let's get excited because we have a conservative government in power now. We've got Pierre Poilievre, and he loves to hold Trudeau to account, right? So Trudeau is going to have to face some pretty severe questioning. What do you think, guys? Do you think that Poilievre's going to tackle this? That the federal employees get 75,000 of our tax dollars to become transitioned in a much better and more finessed way than the average citizen? I bet Pierre Poilievre's really going to have quite a heart attack over this. And I can see him, just asking the prime minister, he's going to say, will you stop this pandering to the woke agenda of trans and revoke the abusive use of Canadian tax dollars on an ideology that is not adhered to by most Canadians? Yes or no, Mr. Prime Minister? Just a yes or no. Can you see it? Ask yourself, everyone. Can you really see our conservative government at this desperate hour in our history actually dealing with this? Good luck. So let's look at one video of Trudeau responding to a question in Vancouver on whether his government will agree to an inquiry on foreign election interference. By the way, Jagmeet Singh, first time I'm on the same page as him. He is asking for there to be an inquiry. This could cause the fall of the government. We literally could be facing another election over this because Jagmeet Singh is actually on the same side as me and you today. We do want to know about election interference from China. When we asked our Prime Minister, take a brief look at what he had to say.
The parliamentary committee today will be asking government to call a national inquiry, a nonpartisan national inquiry into the issue of potential foreign influence into elections. How will your government respond to that request?
I think one of the most important things to remember is we have an awful lot of mechanisms that are underway right now around determining what kind of foreign interference has happened, is continuing to happen, and demonstrating the tools we have. Right now, as we're speaking, our parliamentary committee is hearing directly from national security experts and officials as to the work that they've been doing over the past many years to counter ongoing interference. We also know that the National Security Committee of Parliamentarians is going to dig into this question, as they have in the past as well. There are multiple processes ongoing. There are a report that just came out, an independent report that just came out on the functioning of the High Panel for election interference. But we will continue to do what is necessary to reach those two clear goals that Canadians can expect. First of all, that our agencies and officials and institutions have all the tools necessary to safeguard our democracy and our elections. And two, that Canadians can continue to have confidence, not just in our national security officials, but in the integrity of our democracies. We will continue to work to make sure that that happens.
In the integrity of our democracies. Such a good actor, and yet not really, because nobody believes you. I mean, it's not really a believable thing that you're doing right now. Not at all. Later in the show, after we are done with our guests, we're going to show you a couple clips of it's sort of the panel that has gotten together to decide if we have to investigate. And they have more of the same of that nonsense, which is basically wah, 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 wah. So severe election interference. CSIS actually says we had interference in our election. And our Prime Minister was warned about this. He says nothing. Jagmeet Singh, even now, wants to bring it in. Okay, this is going to be a ride, everybody, and I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to say goodbye right now to our beloved people on Facebook and YouTube. We're asking you to go over to Rumble right now. We have the description in the link, and we're very, very sorry that we have to do this, but, we just want to be respectful. And the link is in the description. Want to be respectful of the platforms that choose to talk more about the weather than things that are really concerning to people across the world. So we're very sorry. Head over there right now. I swear to you, you do not want to miss what is about to happen. So I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Eric Nepute.